Hello. I remembered to unmute my mic today. You were the one who forgot.
So we're going to start again. I'm joking. I'm just playing with you. Don't worry, guys. It's all right. We're not going to do that. I thought about that earlier and thought, that'd be really funny to do. I'm glad that it happened. How's everyone doing? How are you?
Good.
Tom?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm tired from work, but I'm ready to get stuck into some battle rap.
Yeah, I'm glad that we could get this episode done. Obviously,
Yeah,
it kind of happened Sunday. Unfortunately, couldn't. But it's a really good battle. I want you to see it.
Yes.
And this is actually only the 4th episode of what we originally planned to do.
Yeah, we got sidetracked.
Yeah, majorly. By like 12 different battles. So yeah, we're gonna obviously jump into it. This is Pick Your Battles, episode 4. In this series, basically what we're planning on doing is showing Tom as many battles as we can, getting on as many guests as we can, to come on and show either their favorite battle or a battle that they would show a newbie fan. I've wrote a list out of battles that I eventually want Tom to watch, just my personal favorites and things that I think he would enjoy. And I gave him that list and he chose one. Tom, what was it that you chose the battle?
So I chose Wilzy Vs Scoop.
Yep.
He sort of gave me a list and just had like little tags next to each one. And the one next to this was like old v new or something along to that effect. So like that just sort of, I thought that lined up with our sort of vibe. Like, can you tell if like, what is the difference to someone who I don't know what it looks like to be a veteran battle rapper? So like, how does it hold up being new to the scene and being in it for a while?
Yeah, I think this is a special case, this battle. And so we've got the battle that we're going to be watching. So I guess we need a guest to watch it with. So let's bring him on.
Yes.
Young Crumpet himself. What's up, man?
Here he is.
What's good, man? How are you guys today?
We are all
good. We're good. We're good. How are you, man? How are you holding up?
Not too bad, man. Looking forward to watching the battle.
Definitely. Crumpet, do you want to just give Tom a little bit of an introduction to you and your place in the scene, I guess?
Of course. So I've kind of have a reputation as one of, I guess, the biggest nerds, someone who knows a lot about the rap battles, particularly the UK BR scene. I also have a reputation as someone who goes to the events and updates them all on the forum for all the fans who aren't watching. So I have a big reputation for that. And I also bow myself in the name Young Crumpet.
Nice. So you got like experience sort of across the board then.
Yeah, it's bit 360. But yeah, looking for, I've been watching the episodes recently and really enjoyed them. So glad I can find you on.
Thank you.
Yeah,
man.
well,
it's a pleasure to have you on. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely, man. Let's get into it then. Let's get some.
So yeah, was you present at this event at all?
I wasn't. London's a bit too far, my radius, but I've got the pay-per-view, so kind of.
Research.
Yeah,
definitely. Big up Paris as well in the building. What's up? Thank you. So yeah, we're gonna get into this battle. We may have some more guests joining us. I hope that we do. As many people as we can get on here and as many opinions, I think is great for a new fan like Tom to be able to understand it. Before we do get on there is a question that we stopped actually asking this, but I kind of want to ask you. What is battle rap?
Battle rap is an offshoot of rap that became its own culture. And so it became a culture that kind of rewards metaphors, humor, and creativeness. And as a result, a lot of fans kind of, it's become a fucking amazing scene where a lot of fans can, come over and bond over that. And it's just become an amazing scene as a result of that.
I like that, man. I like that. That is sort of like a branch almost of rap. Because I don't you're right, it's very separate. Like I don't, because I listen to a lot of rap sort of in my spare time, but I've only recently gotten into battle rap.
Yeah.
So like it is very much, it's a very separate thing. Like,
yeah,
definitely. The scrutiny alone is separate to anything else. Any kind of art that I know of, like the scrutiny that people get, and like it can be quite like soul destroying.
The art world is the worst, and I feel like battle rap suffers from that as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, it is very separate in that sense that you don't have to be a rap fan to enjoy rap battles. I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
They got No Loose Chat and Exhale as well in the building. Thank you guys for tuning in.
What's up, guys?
It's kind of fitting that No Loose Chat's here. Obviously, Wilzy is going to be featuring on their up and coming card, Era versus Era.
Yeah.
He was on day 1 or day 2. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'm sure you're on the trumpet.
I think day 2.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's battling Enigma the Prophet. It should be a good battle. I'm looking forward to that one. And it kind of shows Wilzy's been given plates like this since he was able to, really. Since he like kind of got a kind of vet status, he's kind of been doing it, which is cool. I really like it. There's only one way to build talent, and that's for them to take out the older guys, really.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you want to live like a lion, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
The young, the old, you know.
Literally just do it. So we'll bring up the battle. Oh, sorry. So yeah, Paris, thank you. Wilzy Enigma day 2, awesome. Get on No Loose Chat, guys. Get onto their YouTube. Get onto their, get onto their socials and everything. Get those tickets. Subscribe, all that good stuff. I never even say that for our own channel, but do it because it's a good idea.
You should.
Yeah, big up No Loose Chat. Definitely, we'll hopefully be sitting down soon. Look out for this. Yes. So yeah, but let's get into this battle. We'll explain what's going on.
Yo, we are here at training days. Don't flop. Next in line. If you're in the fiddler's elbow, please make some noise. We're getting into the main events now. This is going to be a fucking crazy battle. We got a debut versus an experienced battler. So I'm going to introduce the guy on my left, making his debut all the way from Gift to the Gab. Please make some noise for Scoop.
And MC on my right hand side, first veteran MC in the first main event of the day, my man Wilzy, make some noise.
How many battles had Scoop had before this? I know he done the Battle of the Brave thing, but how many did he have in the Gab?
So he'd done the Battle of the Brave thing, and that was his first ever kind of foray into battle rap. And then I think he'd done like 3 on Gift of the Gab, but this was his debut. This is like proper debut on League that wasn't that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. I wasn't quite sure. What year was this as well? Jesus.
2016.
So 2016. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I think this was actually Wilzy's last battle since before Enigma the Prophet. This was kind of the one where he kind of left for a bit.
Okay. Cool.
Alright, cool, we got 3 90s? 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Alright, cool, we got this judge as well, 5 judges, right? Yeah. Cool, we got 5 judges, 2 minutes on the clock whenever Scoop wants to go, round number 1, let's go.
Yo, you see when Danny Jack said I had Wilzy? I said calm. Because for a first battle on DontFlop, I can't really call this an outrage. But you should know that I came here to kill. So if you take this for a game, just know you're about to get outplayed. I mean, you're far from the threat. On top of the fact that you're outweighed, fam, you can never tell me about weight. I've been around more white than a house slave, so just know it.
Hey, talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him.
Just know it's about to get mad. Because you're looking at a man that's about to get smoked. So let me talk to this fact. Because you can die for a Z and 2 O's if I walk in with a mag, but you be are going to end up in the ER like someone called you a cab. It's a ram. Trust me. You see, this round I'm going to take you for a speed back. Because you're not punching above me, but I mean, if we're to be honest, You never had bars from the champ, and that's why you're here getting bungee. You're gonna say that you gave one a shot. You're gonna say that you gave one a shot. When I'm taking it, like I walked in with a pumpy. I mean, don't flop. Don't flop. Have a look at me, fam. You can tell that I'm hungry.
Scoop's so like commanding. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't help but just fixate. Like and some of that what he was saying, the whole UB and then in the ER, like the Uber driver and obviously taxi stuff. That was
he's charming. Like he's got that stage presence where like you're just listening like to him. Like
he's doing a lot of like spoken word now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's kind of made that transition to spoken word to obviously kind of use his bars to kind of jump off, spring off from that. But yeah, he does have one of the best presence in the scene where, you know, when a scoop battle happens, there's no talking in the crowd because everyone's focused on him, and that's quite rare in battle rap nowadays.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can see.
Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say that I'm not surprised that he's gone off to do spoken word. Just the rhythm of his voice and like the flow of his voice, just I think really sort of flows that way.
Yeah, it's cadence.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Definitely.
Love it.
I can tell that I'm hungry, but the guys that I came with, because they are not gonna fuck me. So go ahead, bro, touch me, and I'll come through with a stick, no flash drive. So carry on aiming at us. Wait, flash drive.
Yeah. That's fine.
Boss, trust me. I said, wait, flash drive, us, put that together. Bars, trust me, because I'll give you one hit like Bubba Sparks, and that shit's bound to be ugly. So who thinks that I can't take him? Bar for bar? This man couldn't hang on a plantation, but I mean, you've been battling years. Correct me if I'm mistaken. Fam, it's just ironic. With all the stuff that you make up, you still can't lay a foundation. So whether or not you're good, it's still up in the air like a fragrance. And that's because you've never been cooking. You're just over the top like an apron. It's mad. Because if I come off the hip, I'm a wasting. But if I come through with a click, we'll drag it like I'm copying and pasting. But I mean... Why do you hide girls at events, fam? But that bitch she bought last time, I would hire her too. Fam, I couldn't put that on God. But I told her, carry on fishing, and I might have to give you this rod, but it's cool. But it's only right that you hit. But what's worse, the fact she's hooked, or you can't see that it's bait, but you know what? She ain't really one that I'm looking to steal. There's plenty of fish in the sea with you, I'm just keeping it real.
You know what everyone's been saying lately, and it's been proper grinding my gears. Everyone's been saying about how, like, obviously I don't disagree about Georgie Roots Incline, but it's been, you know, the fastest since Bobby Rex. But are people forgetting Scoop? I feel like people are forgetting him. Like, if you talk about like when they're exploding, obviously he literally came straight in.
Yeah, and there's something as well. There's like that is different about his sort of style that I think could go somewhere really cool. Like if he was to like, obviously he's going his like a different sort of route now.
Yeah,
like,
he battled a bunch of more times after this though, Tom. He battled maybe like 4 times after this? Yeah,
about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
he is a very rhythmic battle.
He does well every time as well. He's just consistent. He's good.
Yeah, you can tell he kind of has a background in performance arts in general with how he speaks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, let's see what Wilzy can bring back, and then we'll recap the round 1. Yeah,
100%.
Big Will, talk to him.
All right, Wilzy, round 1. Let's go, bro.
Talk that vet shit.
Alright, yo,
Let's go.
you ain't done nothing in this game yet, Scoop. First. This year alone,
you can't give a man that opportunity. Like you can't like give a man that opportunity. I'm sorry. We'll play it, but I found that so funny.
That was
that was good.
You ain't done nothing in this game yet, Scoop. This year alone, I did a whole tour and a festival.
Talk about it.
So ain't nothing about us equal, from our bars to our cholesterol. I see a whole lot of pork around that neck. I see a whole lot of pork around that neck. But I got heat to make that neck grill. Had this fat boy running scared like his first day on a treadmill. They told me don't sleep on Scoop, cause you can end up getting bagged today. I got 5 chins to pick from. You can end up getting slapped. Talk that shit. Yo, they told me don't sleep on Scoop, cause you can end up getting bagged today. I got 5 chins to pick from. You can end up getting slapped today. Big J ain't even big anymore, so you ain't even fat the same. Yo, Big J ain't even big anymore, so you ain't even fat the same. I'm a heavyweight, you heavyweighted. We can't even brag the same. But what gab nigga wanna be Mario? Well, come and save your princess. Twin guns that bang together, looking like it's incest. Or I'm aiming with that scope. All that shit. Or I'm aiming with that scope. Like I'm trying to calculate your weight with that big tech. With that trigger finger, I catch your body mass with that index. This is what happens.
So Tom, I told you this wasn't going to be like a friendly battle. Yeah, and I have to point this out as well. You just there talking about get him. It's brilliant. It is brilliant. The ad-libs. I agree.
Yeah, it's definitely, and as well, but what you could tell is that it did take him like a few bars to build up that pace to get that flow back, and it'd be interesting to see just how much Scoop can get in the way of that, because like we've said it before, like sometimes half the battle is winning the crowd and like setting the tone of the battle. And forcing somebody to come to you rather than you changing your game. So like he's only just starting to get real cutting now. Whereas the build up, he stumbled a little bit and I think he laughed, and
I think it's because they're like with experience, obviously the kind of battle rap fans that probably were in the room, he knew that jokes would go down better than coming in like serious to begin with, I think. At that time, like the climate, I think was more towards
he'd be playing chess.
Stand there saying there's a lot of pork around that neck, like the amount of reaction that he got from that, But let's let Wilzy continue and then talk for himself.
When fat man Scoop starts thinking that he's Slim Shady, towards guns like he was raised by some K's, like Kanye and Kim's baby. See me and Tox and wanna be gorillas too. But I tell them straight, you're fucking with the wrong apes. These bitches ain't animals, they Snapchatting with the dog face. You trying to take my style and You trying to take my style and trick the fans? But my name leaves a different marking, like a magician's trick to Moses. That's a different parting. Male and female drivers, that's the different parking. Yo,
go Wilz. Let's go Wilz.
You try and take my shit and to trick the fans? But my name leaves a different marking, like a magician's trick to Moses. That's the different parting. Male and female drivers, that's the different parking. Fat Boo against Kid Boo Scoop, they can see the different margins. You try and take my shit without giving props and don't see nothing wrong with it. How you gonna take my style and run with it without paying for the sponsorship? And you went for the train line, right? So you're a product of your environment, because you see other people jump on wheels and travel fast. So I see why you'd be fine with it. But you can't copy me and there's no stopping me, because these lines could relapse Pete Doherty. Another dome? You can't copy me, there's no stopping me, because these lines could relapse Pete Doherty. Another dome? But for my home, because I sculpt heads like Greek pottery. I sent a letter to his family's house with his blood all around it, saying, yeah, I got the scoop, and they can read all about it like
Talk to him.
They can read all about it, yo. And they can read all about it like newsflash, two straps, kicking from the chest like Liu Kang if his crew bang. Like newsflash, two straps, kicking from the chest like Liu Kang if his crew bang. Don't have 10 man in that gravel pit like Wu-Tang. I don't care whose man co-signed him. Cause I only did this shit for a favor. That's the only reason I did this act. I won't be doing this shit again. I'm only rapping until Jitsu's back. East.
Round one. What do you reckon, Tom? You're muted.
I was thinking anyway. Deep in thought. That was tough for me, right? Because a lot of what he was saying kind of went over my head a lot of the time.
Okay.
Like, and I felt like he was rushing. Like there's a lot of times where he kind of just mumbled through words. Like I got what they were, and like for fair enough, I guess. Like I still got the bars, but yeah, like be close, I'd say. But I think Scoop would take the first round for me. I'd say but that would just be on sheer style, like more than anything as well. Yeah. Like that's a close one for me though.
That I think Wilzy's bar of the event, or like really is the whole bit was the these lines can relapse Pete Doherty.
Yeah, that was some of the bars were fucking hard. Like some of them were really good.
I like the whole male and female drivers, that's a different park in Moses Crumpet, what did you reckon? Who would you have said round one to?
I would have given it to Scoop as well. I guess the thing with Wilzy, he's always had a reputation for always having a lot of wordplay and always going over the head. So Wilzy's battles are always better on the second watch when you can actually kind of like digest it. While Scoop is very much, you'll get on the first watch, you'll get on face value. And so I guess on a second watch, I may give it to Wilzy on that edge. But for now, it's with Scoop. And something you mentioned, how Wilzy was not getting the crowd at first. I think that's just a testament to how good Scoop's presence is. But yeah, I guess so. That did kind of hinder him at the start. So I would edge that to Scoop as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Where would you put it, Danny?
Yeah, I think I would agree. To be honest, I think it could be argued. Wilzy did have a lot of good bits. I think
it was just a little
to be
bit.
Fair, I think I would actually give Wilzy the first. To be fair, I think I remember more of Wilzy's than I do of Scoop's, and I've watched this battle like a few times. So I guess kind of like what Crumpets is saying is
you have more time to soak in.
Yeah, and obviously like first time watching Wilzy as well. Like Scoop is more palatable. Yes, I would agree with that. But if you're, I don't know, like if you know what you're looking at, then you see things differently.
Yeah, but like, it's one of those things, right, where it's like if it depends on how much you want, because in the moment you can't, like the judges can't watch it however many times you've watched it.
No, yeah. So in the moment, I would probably say Scoop because of the shock factor.
Yeah, because like, and then that becomes where do we want rap battles to go, right? Do we want it to be super dense battle raps that we can watch over and over and over again? What's that? Or do we want like to really go into like a competitive tournament style thing? Because if you go into a tournament style thing, people are going to start trimming the fat and going.
You think that this is a judged battle, so I guess like it doesn't necessarily need to be in tournament. Like what DontFlop used to do, and I loved it, but they would have like their we've spoken about this before, to be fair, but they would have their record. So every battle was judged in the past, and they would have their record and everything on the screen.
Did we watch one? Didn't we? They had like a fight card come up.
Yeah.
Whoever did that, whoever made that, dope. Good job.
Yeah, no, it was. I like that.
Congrats.
Crumpet, have you had any judge battles?
I've had a few. I forget. I think I'm like 4-2 as far as win-loss or something like that. But most of my battles, I think, have been promo.
Okay, that's decent. How many battles have you actually had?
11 live, and then I've done quite a few video battles.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you were to give Tom a battle of yours to watch, what would it be?
Probably me versus Shapey Fiend. I reckon that's the best battle. You know, there was just like a really good performance from both of us. It was over in Ireland, and I guess it had the Saurus in the crowd co-hosting, and so I guess that's a little Easter egg for a lot of more like familiar Bower fans. But you know, it was just a really enjoyable battle and really enjoyable battle from both me and the crowd and the audience. And so yeah, I guess, and a lot of the reference there I used to get. So yeah.
No, awesome. What's this comment about with XL? What's he saying? 2 if you're counting the ones he doesn't whip his phone out.
Because
I kind of remember that in the past.
Yeah, I brought my phone out in a battle, and XL hasn't stopped reminding me of it.
I could have just ignored that comment as well.
Yeah,
thought, you know what?
I saw it come up. I was like, why is he doing this? What's going on, man?
Opportunity is too good to miss.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Bastard.
So yeah, at the moment I have it 1-0 Wilzy. You guys have it 1-0 Scoop. Okay.
Yeah.
Brother XL saying it's because he kept ringing you through battles, so you had to check your phone and that. Obviously.
Ringing him? Oh.
Yeah. When I was, I think there was one point. Yeah, I was watching. I was reading my bars off my phone, and he was actually ringing me through the bars, so I couldn't see the bars on the screen.
Oh man!
And so it just had him ringing me on the screen all the time, and he was right there at the front of the crowd for that as well.
Jesus.
Love that, just pure chaos.
But you came back, you know. That's what matters.
Right, and do you know that battle, Danny? Are you familiar with that one?
I think so.
Yeah, because I don't have anything to write with me.
Oh, what, the battle that you suggested? Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so let's see what round 2 brings. I guess it's on Scoop round 2.
All right, round 2 Scoop. Let's go, bro.
Yo, they say one of my biggest criticisms is that I spit too fast. But see, I came in this game with an AR flow, which means that I spit crazy. And sometimes out of control. Like when you see an AR goal. So Wilzy, I dare you to run your boat. The last thing you will see is an AR goal, because I won't lie, I'm not witty like Shuffle. But I'm strapped to the T, which means I'm catching an M charge if I come true with an AR low. Now it's mad. That's fire.
There's too much there. Like when I come with the boat on the sea low, you see an AR go, obviously that's a cargo. Like there's so many more in there that we could spend an episode destructing that, I think. Is there any more that you caught at all?
The AR low, AR low Marlow.
Yeah, okay, yeah, even when you
so Shuffle T, Marlow. Oh
yeah. Man, that is so it's just quality writing. Like I want to try and find that bit again, to be fair, because now that I understand it, it'll be even better. I think I went back too far, but we'll just go.
I won't be doing this shit again. I'm waiting.
We've actually got Scoop in the building as well. What's up, man? So come on and watch it with us. You know, if you want to jump on, just let us know. I'll get the link.
One round in, loving you, man. Good going.
Yeah, let's
putting 2 jitsus back. East.
Alright, round 2 Scoop, let's go, bro.
Yo, they say one of my biggest criticisms is that I spit too fast. But see, I came in this game with an AR flow, which means that I spit crazy. And sometimes out of control. Like when you see an AR goal. So Wilzy, I dare you to run your boat. The last thing you will see is an AR goal, because I won't lie, I'm not witty like Shuffle. But I'm strapped to the T, which means I'm catching an M charge if I come true with an AR low. Now it's mad.
That's fire. That's fire.
Because I ain't come here to preach. God knows that I try to be blessed, but fam, this here is a eulogy. And as I was writing his death, fam, I was thinking, Wilzy, shit. But could be a hit if you minus the S now. Here's the thing, fam, we all know that you can flow. But all this talk about cancer with me, this guy don't want to tango. I mean, if he gave Wilzy a job as a porn star, his shit still with a bang, bro.
Madness. Scoop, send me a message on Twitter. I can't send you a message. But send me a message on Twitter. I'll shoot you the link. But yeah, woo, I like that.
Yeah.
I do like that. That was good. I missed
I loved how he said Wilzy's shit and then said take out the S or something, but Wilzy's hip.
Yeah. That was nice. That was nice. There's so much, like this is what we're saying, like it's kind of like what you said about Wilzy on the first round. I feel like Scoop's almost doing that here, but it's just the writing is so intricate and so like layered that it's just everything's hitting.
Yeah, he's turned it up from the first round, definitely. It is a lot quicker. Like when he said about his criticism about rapping too fast, like from the first round, so this is the first battle I've ever seen of his. So like from his first round, I was kind of thinking like, I don't really track, but I get it now. I get it. Now that's
quick. Obviously he's not just talking about like this battle. It's
that's what I mean.
And that as well. Yeah.
At first, I was like, well, so far it doesn't track, but obviously, and as well,
I want to take it back a little bit because I actually was messaging and stuff, so I didn't get to catch that bit that we took it back for. So I did want to take it back again. But it should be jumping on in a sec, so that's quite cool. Well,
that'd be so sick. So sick.
Nice one.
So yeah, let me watch this again.
Putting two jitsu's back. East.
Alright, round 2 Scoop, let's go, bro.
Yo, they say one of my biggest criticisms is that I spit too fast. But see,
Yo, here he is.
Man. Where's
How you guys doing, man?
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. You all right, yeah?
Yeah, I can't complain, man. Salute, man.
Awesome. It's all good, man. It's all good. I thought you're somebody that I wanted to show to my cousin, definitely. We're just trying to deconstruct this bit that you've wrote here, actually, so you'll be able to help us if I just play it. Yeah, let us know. Because there's a few bits that we caught. Huh?
No worries, bro. Go ahead.
All right, let's do it.
Came in this game with an AR flow, which means that I spit crazy. And sometimes out of control. Like when you see an AR goal. So Wilzy, I dare you to run your boat. The last thing you will see is an AR goal, because I won't lie, I'm not witty like Shuffle. But I'm strapped to the T, which means I'm catching an M charge if I come true with an AR low. Now it's mad.
That's fire.
Tox is right, that's fire. Jesus.
Yeah, I caught it that time.
Yeah, I caught it all that time, I think. That was...
Yeah, when I was writing that, I remember I never think of writing that thinking, shit, I'm going to have to try and make this as clear as possible, man. They're gonna think I'm lost.
Like you were clear as day. Like there was no, like you could not have gotten that across, I don't think, much better. But honestly, that was tight. That was good.
It definitely was. Let's see what else is going on in this second, then and we'll have a little chat and introduce you to Tom once we finish this round, all right?
No worries, bro.
That's fire.
Because I ain't come here to preach. God knows that I try to be blessed, but fam, this here is a eulogy. And as I was writing his death, fam, I was thinking, Wilzy, shit. But could be a hit if you minus the S now. Here's the thing, fam, we all know that you can flow. But all this talk about cancer with me, this guy don't want to tango. I mean, if he gave Wilzy a job as a porn star, his shit still with a bang, bro. If he gave Wilzy a job as a porn star, his shit still with a bang, bro. So your career is like a flat cap. There's only so far that you can go, but I mean, honestly, I've had enough of this man thinking he's top shot. So what? No one stopped me getting this pussy. Not even a cop block. You see, none of my guys don't break dance, but they know how to pop locks, so they'll do a man greasy for chicken. Man, they'll serve you a hot box, and if you try run, it's cool. Just realize you can get picked up anyway, like finding a Wi-Fi hotspot. So if I was you, if I was you, I would just start moving away. Otherwise, that shit's gonna end with a box. like a man that's moving away because beef. like a man that's moving away because beef is that rotten teeth. I'll come true with the case. So if you don't want your name on a plaque, don't brush me the wrong way. I mean,
That's fire. That's fire.
I mean, just picture the stress. You ever seen two men killed by the same bullet? Well, just picture the mess. 2 names on a cap, Mitchell and Ness. So it's not battle rap. So it's not battle rap when I say that I can spit with the best. Now you don't want to give me no lip. Fam, just give me that check. Because I ain't never played chess. But I can put you in check now, fam. I would just aim at your dome. If you don't give me respect, because the block where I'm from, contract phone. Them niggas got unlimited text now. Niggas got... Now you like to do a lot of talking, but you do most of that shit when you're online. But you got a job in airport security, right? I quit last week.
The level of pettiness to answer, like to just get that little bit in, and he couldn't just be like, yeah, all right, yeah, I used to.
Scoop did start it earlier. If you started it.
Yeah, he was just like, nah, I quit last week. Fuck you, man. I love it. I love it, honestly. It's so funny. Like, yeah, because Tom said obviously earlier when he after his first bar, like, you ain't done nothing in this game yet, Scoop. You're just like, facts, yeah. But
like, you just can't give it now. You know, like, can't do it.
Yeah, let's get in.
I'll rephrase. You had a job in airport. So why do you talk? Like, which means your CRB has to be clean. So why do you talk like you're on crime? I mean, the last time you was involved in a setup, fam, you was making a punchline, not me. Not me. I treat beef like a Nigerian fraudster. As soon as I get your details, I'm coming through with a 4 and 1 9.
Talk to him.
So who really thinks that it's harder? I mean, fucking with me is not gonna shape up. You're gonna need more than a barber. Because you're looking at a man that will rob your phone and then follow you home for the charger.
Scoop, I gotta ask, did you expect that reaction? Because I remember watching this like on the pay-per-view and reacting like that on my own in my room. Like, I genuinely...
I'll tell you what, anyone that knows, I think I was talking to Rivers when I was writing this. Everyone knows that me and Rivers were tight. So I was talking to Rivers and I was writing this round especially. And I was like, I said, you know what, I really want to put this bar in. And I didn't actually put it in until the day. Until the actual day of the battle. And then he was like, because I took it out and then he was like, are you crazy? You got to say that shit. You got to say that shit. And I was just so glad I did.
Yeah.
Because that turned out to be like the biggest punchline and the one that kind of put me out there. So, yeah, I'm not going to lie, man. I really enjoyed the moment, especially in the room. They were going hard.
Yeah, I mean, man. You know, your first time on Don't Flop to get that kind of reception at that time as well.
And you really sort of like managed to keep the sort of crowd up for like a consistent amount of time. So like it was it was good to watch, man. That was good. Yeah, that was good.
What year did you come into it, Scoop? What year did you how many battles had you had before this as well?
I came in the back end of 2015. I had an event called Battle of the Brave.
Yeah.
I've had 3 battles before this.
You had 3 battles.
So yeah, people need to start putting Scoop's name into that list of quick inclines. Like, you know, everyone's saying Georgie's the latest, which I'm not disagreeing at all. But they're saying like since Bobby. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Scoop had a pretty.
Me and Bobby were like. Me and Bobby came in the same time, and that's why we battled at next in line 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we battled next in line 3 because we were considered. They said like the last 2 people that came in together that like, you know, had like kind of meteoric rise, so to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think people are forgetting a little bit. Because who did you battle after this?
I battled Tox.
Yeah.
North versus South, and then DNA like a month and a half later.
Jesus.
And then Dialect and Shotty P on Dialect and Shotty P on King of the Dot.
I watched that one live. I was in the building for that. Actually, as well, Scoop, you were the first battle rapper I ever met because I seen you in the train station. And I was like, shit, where's the venue? And you was like, oh, yeah, it's just around the corner. I was like, bless. And that was it. But yeah.
Oh, shit, that was you.
Yeah, remember, I was with my missus.
I love that. Danny told me that story. I never put it together.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah. It was,
oh, that's so funny.
Because, like, the first thing that I am is a fan. Do you know what I mean? And if I get the chance to come over and ask you anything, like, I knew where the venue was. I just wanted to be like, yo, what's up?
I love how you didn't even tell him that you were a fan.
It is what it is, though, isn't it? Like, you know, you guys put a lot of effort in, so I think you need that recognition from people that enjoy watching it. I don't get like I don't get people that put out content like about things they don't like, for example. Like, you know, that whole I can't remember the kid's name now, but he was obviously going live and saying that battle rap shit. And I'm like, well, you know, go away then. Like, don't watch it.
Because like we fall into it. It's sometimes it's a lot easier to criticize people than it is to hold them up. You know what I mean? I mean, it's really easy when people like Scoop are on, but most of the time it's a lot easier to criticize people. Like there's not a lot of things to criticize in this battle, just in general. Like it's tight.
But yeah, let's let you finish your second round anyway, and we'll get on to the introduction.
That was fun. Let's go.
So who really thinks that it's harder? I mean, fucking with me is not gonna shape up. You're gonna need more than a barber, because you're looking at a man that will rub your phone and then follow you home. One phone call have you dead in a box. So think marriage, because that shit's gonna end with a ring and a pass up time.
That round was so solid. I think, like, obviously with that massive thing in the middle, well, probably at the end, to be fair, that round's so solid. It is good, definitely. And we've kind of done the introduction with Tom, but yeah, is there anything? What are you doing now, Scoop? Because we mentioned earlier you've been doing some spoken word stuff. So do you just want to give us a quick little rundown what you've been up to?
Yeah, bro. Literally since jumped out of battle rap for a bit, I've been doing a lot of spoken word stuff. Yeah, like I've literally I've really excelled in that field. I'm grateful. I've opened up for George the Poet. I've done quite a bit. I've literally done quite a bit in that scene. Obviously with lockdown being lockdown.
Yeah,
shut down a lot of shows. I was booked for the Royal Albert Hall before lockdown.
Jesus.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I'm trying to work on getting that rescheduled now.
So you just like pick a field and then just run it for a bit. As I feel like there's a pattern.
Do you know what it was for me with battle rap? Like battle rap was the first time I'd rapped in over 10, 12 years. Like,
okay.
And then a lot of the battle rappers, obviously, as you know, are musicians. So I was never really like the biggest musician I could rap. Don't get me wrong. But I never showed anybody who raps any like rap stuff. I wasn't really a musician, but I just thought, you know what, I need something else to, like, you know, as an outlet or something to do. Like, and I've always like had a lot of written work about different topics and different things. So I just thought, you know what, let me just give this a go. And I realized battle rap was kind of my cheat code because it's really like my cheat code, because people hear me like do my spoken word stuff and they're proper blown away by like the wordplay and stuff, and I'm just like, this is like what we do in battle rap, so to say.
Yeah.
You know,
like I don't have a time limit. This is the practice for me.
Yeah. So do you think you'll ever come back? Do you think you'll ever battle again?
I was supposed to be on Next in Line this year, but
it
was the international fell through because of COVID restrictions. and it would have been would have been a battle everyone would have loved. I'm telling you,
Jeez,
it's one of the first battles I ever looked at and thought, if I fuck up here, my career is over.
Okay. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Before battling, did you have a background in performing arts or something like that? Because we were just saying, with the cadence you have, especially in round one, I guess, we thought there's got to be kind of like a background in obviously not spoken word, because that's what you're into now, but maybe like theatre or something like that.
You know what it was? Two things. I did grime back in the day. So I did do grime back in the day, and in terms of like theatre stuff, I was very interested in acting. Like the guy that's behind me is my best friend, and he's an actor. He's actually a paid actor. So like, yeah, he was always like before this performance, he was grilling me on performance and projection and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
this was the performance where people are like, okay, like he's really controlling the room. Because
yeah, man.
I really struggled with that before. Like I really, really struggled with that a lot before.
Yeah, you definitely had like a really strong sort of stage presence, which a lot of rappers I think forget about. Like even like in this battle, Wilzy's like, he's got his hood up and he's playing a character, like, well, not playing a character, but you know what I mean.
He is literally.
Yeah.
Persona.
But he's kind of locked into himself, so he's not really controlling the room. Whereas you're super like, you very really like a lot of expressions. Always making.
I think this second round would be really hard to lose after doing that. I think Wilzy's going to have to pull something out of his ass to be able to beat that round, I feel. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's have a look, see if he does.
Let's go, Wilzy. Let's go, Wilzy. All right, yo.
Let's go, round two, Wilzy. Hold it down. Let's go.
All right, look. This is where I break you down, Scoop. Yeah, I think it's time for that. This ain't a gift to you, it's a punishment. You ain't on the level that I'm rhyming at. You jumped the barriers to this platform, so now you're getting fined for that. You work for the train line, so you should know to mind the gap. Cause between us, you ain't nothing tough. Took my old shit and you fucking up. You're the fat version of the old me that Sherman clumped to body love. You just do what I used to do. That's why we all doubt you. Imitation's a form of flattery, but there ain't nothing flat about you. Let's go, Will. You're like the UK's Big T. And I don't mean that in a good way. Let me break down that riddle, mate. That means fat, dumb and lazy, only known because of your bigger weight. Less concerned for your bars, more concerned about your dinner plate, and the only sound coming from your mouth are the things you like to imitate because it's being similar, then it's copying. Because I can see a bag of difference. My old style, you're rapping with it. My old schemes, a bag of written, my 2013 flow. And you ain't even body bagging with it, so stop, because clearly biting me and good for your metabolism. It's like me and Tots gave birth to you new niggas. Like another dog meets daddy told my stage presence. Like another. Yo, talk about it, man. Tell him. It's like me and Tots gave birth to you new niggas.
I love Tox's passion. No matter what he does, he puts his all into it, whether it's hating, whether it's loving, anything. He is just there.
Well, he is the single-handed funniest individual to have behind you in a battle.
I bet he's paranoid.
He's just there for a good time.
He
literally just stands there like, that's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Well, do you guys remember?
It's fire.
Do you guys remember Bracey?
Yes.
As the hype man.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to. What battle is I think it's Bobby Rex goes at him, and he's like that one, and that's it. I think it was Bobby versus. But yeah, I think that angle that he had about you copying him, he put it together nicely, but I don't know, it wasn't believable to me. I didn't think that you were like him.
Yeah, I have to take as well, like a lot of those sort of, because a lot of battlers do that, right? Like that sort of thing is so common. I've realized saying like I made you, or like you're just like me, but shit. Like a lot of rappers say it. And I don't know. I kind of just have to take it on faith, and then just look at how good the actual bars are.
Yeah.
And they're solid bars. Solid bars.
Like sometimes people
really
call
land
it like
just because I
completely
don't have
right.
the context.
Sometimes people call it completely right and be like, "You're shit. You're going to choke 3 rounds," and then their opponent does. So it does sometimes work in their favor. But yeah, let's get the rest of this round 2 done then.
Because like another dough meets daddy's home, our stage presence, our rapping flows, our attributes, your jacking those, you remix it, your team split, then you all try and have a go. It's like up close you square the individuals, but from afar, we see a patio. That's a bunch of squares doing the same thing. That's when you're all getting walked on. That's when you all get baited out, and the same tracks you get caught on. If I say I got 10 4s, you all copy that. Even the frequency that I talk on. From my tone of voice, you ain't got a voice. This part's already been walked on. You think you can play the part that I play in the scene? But none of yous are right for this movie. Like taking a battle in Ireland to a Leeds crowd that keeps talking so rudely to. Driving your own opponent across the UK so that your battle goes smooth. Or taking a 6-hour drive just for a battle with Nuke. You've done half the shit I done, but you doubled the talking. You guys do half the steps, because I do double the walking. You guys have done half the shit I've done, but you double the talking. You guys do half the steps, because I do double the walking. In order to run the game, you must first do some crawling, so when it comes to real labor, I'm leading it like Jeremy Corbyn. Get the fuck out of here. I know you want to be top here, but I'm screaming fuck all the top tier. Because for most of the year, the top tier was not here. It was me doing the run around getting no recognition. So before you try and take my spot, read it from the job description.
I really like that angle that he had there. I think it was Rivers that was talking about it on. He was on with Jen, I think. Yeah, it was London Jen. And they was talking about how it's easier now for rappers, you know, like yourself, Scoop, to come out and be more palatable to the wider audience now than it was back when Wilzy and all those, you know, first came into the scene. I love it, you know, it's brilliant, and it's great that everyone can, but it's such a good angle. I don't think it's personal enough. It's because you kind of didn't do this. So I think he's saying something cool, and it would relate to a few people.
I love that. So I like it. It's not true, but I like it.
Like, he's done it really well, but I think he's saying it to the wrong person.
There's a lot. Yeah, I felt like there was a lot in, and it's funny actually, because like there was a section, and I'm not sure if it just went over my head, or if I missed the setup. But there just seemed to be a lot of filler just before the like him saying about that he's done like that he's done more work and you're doing double the talking, that just before that section. And I found it quite ironic because I was literally just thinking to myself, God, you're talking a lot and not saying much. And then he was like, you do double the talking. I'm like,
oh God,
excuse me.
Yeah,
because that was a bit wordy for me. I'm not sure if I just missed it.
What did you think on that second round? How would you judge that second round?
I think based off crowd reaction alone, like I guess I think it's pretty hard not to give Scoop that round. What I found interesting with it, like I've seen a lot of battles where a battler does really, really well and gets a lot of crowd reaction, and then for the next battler, who finishes really strong, and then for the next round, for the next battler, there's absolutely no crowd reaction at all, and it completely sucks out. So it's interesting to see there was quite a bit of reaction there, but obviously not as much as Scoop. And I just think there were a lot more haymakers in Scoop's round, while I guess maybe a lot of Wilzy stuff was better written, but as I said before, kind of a lot of Wilzy stuff you kind of have to get on second watch back.
Yeah. I just think there wasn't a weak part of Scoop's second. Wilzy in the middle of that round, it was weak. It did. Yeah. I lost focus a little bit, you know.
There's like higher peaks. Higher peaks, but lower lows.
Did you think that you was winning at this point, Scoop? Do you remember what you were thinking at this point?
You know what it was? I'm glad you asked me that. I deliberately planned like the structure of these rounds in terms of, I always knew, because I've studied Wilzy, I know Wilzy well. I know Wilzy's first rounds are always, he comes out the gate with it very strong, right? And the first thing I said was, everything that I've written in my second round is my second round for a reason. So the minute he comes out swinging, I've got to fight back. I didn't want the battle to go from, you had an amazing first round to just die down through the rest. It's like, you know what, make sure your second, I always said, make sure that second round, even Rivers, like, what line you put in that charge bar in, it's a second round, make that your second round, because it will make him have to fight back, and also put you in a position where if his first round was so powerful, you've got something there.
Like, and it's funny actually, I was saying earlier that like your first round was quite slow almost, and like methodical, right? And it was a very different sort of tone. And then when Wilzy came out with that energy, we said like having to control the energy of a room is so important, and having that control. And then when you came back for the second, I was kind of thinking that you were gonna try and keep him low. You know what I mean? Like try and keep the mood of the room out of his advantage. But then you just matched him. Like you were just ready for that aggression coming back at you. And it fucking worked.
I mean, by no means do I think anyone's being bodied in this at all.
Oh no,
I think both of you win something through this battle. But like I think Wilzy wasn't that indirect in this round to me. Like, you know, he said about, you know, fuck all the top tier, and then obviously, you know, all of you people that are copying him, it wasn't just you, you know, because he was saying, you know, all you squares look the same like a patio and things like that, which is pretty good.
That was a good scheme. That was good.
But personally, for me, I've got it 1-1 going into the third.
Really?
You guys are saying you've got round 2 to Scoop as well, so you've got it 2-0 to Scoop. Okay, cool. Yeah. We'll go into the third, and we'll see. You know, so at the moment, would you say? So Tom, I think I might have asked you this before, but do you think one round can win a battle? So like, can Wilzy do anything now that would be like, okay, so even though those first 2 rounds from Scoop were really good and he beat Wilzy, I think Wilzy wins because
the only way that I'd sort of give it, the only way that I'd sort of clearly give it to Wilzy going into the third now is if Scoop straight up like choked and like just shot away the round, and then Wilzy came in hard like that, then that would sort of be like, okay, well, sorry man, you tripped and you got decked. Like that happens.
All right, well, let's see. You know,
that realistically, it would then get muddy. If anything else.
Oh, by the way, this third round was the first time I'd ever attempted any form of angle ever. Ever.
Fair enough. Hot take.
Okay, cool. We'll see. We'll see.
Final round, bro. Let's do this. Yo!
Don't take that, man.
You see the last time this guy came to the gap? He said, and I quote, I quote, fam.
What did he say?
You're out here losing to these white boys. It's called white boys. Us niggas ain't impressed with you. See, I was like, wow. So you're one of them niggas that's holding us back. Because you're stupid and proud, but I get it. You're one of them guys that will act loud just to conform to a black crowd. You're like a kid in the Holocaust. Ain't nothing more than a gas child. Ain't nothing more than a gas child. And your lack of progression is evidence nobody's feeding your whack style, but you said he's out here losing to white boys. So let me talk to this actor. DontFlop, talk to me for a minute. Could he beat Shuffle T? No. Could he beat Shots? No. Could he beat Raptor? No. Alright, so you might want to check your behavior.
Do you know what? That went off so well. What would you have done if the crowd were like, yeah, I reckon he could actually?
I would have been like, you liars. I would have said, you liars. You absolutely lying co-rags.
Yeah, you have to be ready with a response. You can't. How many times, like, because obviously we've watched quite a few battles at this point, and even in like that our time doing this, we've seen many times, you know, people turn into a crowd to do something and then just fucking you. Like, so you have to be ready to like respond.
Ready, definitely. I think you would have been there, definitely. Yeah, we'll continue.
Yeah.
Because you got to be smoking, thinking you can see Fraser. And if don't...
Go ahead, Crumpet.
Sorry, I think things like that are so high risk that you always need to come with a pre-battle and like fail.
Oh yeah, high risk, high reward.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, let's see what the rest of the round's like.
You got to be smart, guys that will act out just to conform to a black crowd. You're like a kid in the Holocaust. Ain't nothing more than a gas child. Ain't nothing more than a gas child. And your lack of progression is evidence nobody's feeding your whack style. But you said he's out here losing to white boys. So let me talk to this actor. DontFlop, talk to me for a minute. Could he beat Shuffle T? No. Could he beat Shots? No. Could he beat Raptor? No. Alright, so you might want to check your behavior. Because you got to be smoking, thinking you can see Fraser. And if DontFlop gave you one better one, you got to be smoking, thinking you can see Fraser. And if DontFlop gave you a medal, I guarantee this guy couldn't see Major. It's mad. And Soul wouldn't give you a shot if you walked in with a chaser. So it made no So it made no actual sense to say to a man he's out here losing to white boys, DontFlop won't even match you against, you're stupid. And that's why I got no fear when guys like you want to talk tears. Alright, you did Checkpoint, and this year you did Sunburn. But your career's like but this year you did Checkpoint, and last year you did Sunburn. But you still haven't gone clear. Fam, your career's like a leap year. You ain't seen a birthday in 4 years, man.
That was fucking fire.
So you might want to pipe down. So you might want to pipe down. Oh, Danny, this is a pay-per-view. So you can end up in the street. If you get hit with a live round, then that's standard. So you're not going to know who's taking the shot, but you're going to know what they can do. In other words, I'll bring heat to the beef. Like when the cow's getting branded. So just stay in your lane. Because you wouldn't know about road life if you was on a highway stranded. But just know if you want that smoke. But just know if you want that smoke, I'ma roll up and get that close. And for your sake, you best hope to be strapped. Because I'll take your cheese if you lactose. But because I'll take your cheese if you lactose. Fam, I was raised in a war zone. So for a quick quid, you'll be the one that'll take out like a short loan. But your girl likes it, I'm rough. Testosterone turns her on. It was easy to make that hormone, fam. So for you, I don't want to hear no gun talk. Because clicking on Google was the last time that you saw Chrome. Time.
That was strong. I like it. You're muted, Tom. Yeah, that was though. It was good.
Yeah, that was strong. That definitely sort of had that like playing with your food kind of vibe in the first half, and then like clicked into gear towards the sort of the end. Oh, like the second half. Sorry, but yeah, very super strong. Man.
Yeah. I think. Sorry. Scoop. I think you said it. That Wilzy's strongest. He's always his strongest at the start, and so I guess you kind of reverse the momentum by making it stronger towards the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah,
but yeah. Let's see. I mean, to you two, I guess it doesn't matter what Wilzy does.
I mean, I want to see. Like, I want to see.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get into it. We won't watch the judges and all that, though. We don't need to watch all that. But yeah, we'll definitely watch the rest of this round.
Bring it home, Wilzy. Let's go. Bring it home. Yo,
hold it down, people, please. Final round on Wilzy.
Alright, cool. Let's bring it back.
So we got another dome for the funeral home. And amazingly, I ain't said them words in like a year. But that's the danger, see. You don't know what you've got till it's gone, Scoop. So now them words gotta stay with me, and you battle quite frequent, see. But that don't mean you're on the wave with me. I didn't leave niggas. But that don't mean you're on the wave with me. I didn't leave niggas shit in my.
Didn't he have a frequency bar like that in his last round? When I said a 5-10, you guys ain't even on the same frequency.
Yeah,
sure he did.
He did have a frequency bar. He did have a frequency bar.
I remember different. That's pretty good. Big up Wiretap, Trevor all day.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Shout out to the Wiretap, man.
Yeah.
Wiretap all day.
Every single time, definitely. But yeah, I just I've watched this battle like loads. I don't even know how many times.
Layers.
This is one of my go-to battles, but like I've never noticed that before. He had the same kind of bar in 2 rounds. I'm a little bit disappointed. I don't know.
Yeah, but
let's move on.
I mean, come on, man, that is a solid bar.
It's a good bar. I'm not
like,
gonna say it's not. It is a good bar.
It is a fire bar. It was. And the thing is as well, like the pause I really liked because that takes confidence. Because like that almost I was not like a mistake, but like I kind of felt like, oh, I wonder where he's going with that. Like there might have been a better way to go with it. And then when he finished it, it was clean. Liked it.
Yeah, definitely.
Top.
Keep going.
So my pride and respect comes to the grave with me. I see you house niggas talking about cotton picking. They mixed up the slavery. Basically, I'm a different nigga. Don't play with me. I see all the tough shit they think they're on. And then someone showed that bravery. I slap the soul out of you and catch it like, I told you don't play with me. Cause your words, they lack meaning. That's why we don't rap even. I put anger in these punches. You can catch feelings. They all want to be the... They all want to be... They all want to be the champ so bad. They're all after the belt. But all I see is somebody don't even look after himself. You think being this big is healthy? Think about what your heart has to go through. The pressure on your legs that have to stand up and hold you. When you went for a train company, right? That shows how that lifestyle can mold you, because just like your trains, clearly you don't run when you're supposed to.
Let's go.
You don't run when you're supposed to. Fat nigga. Sorry, can you not respect fat nigga? You're gonna hide a gun where? And shoot me. With those fat legs, you're gonna run where? Don't get lost in my reflection, cause you can get bun hair, wig shot, have looking crazy in that mirror like rising the fun fair. And if they all got egos, they can die with some. I fuck with these new guys, but don't think I won't retire some. They all need wheels to push forward, but they can't get by with some. I wonder how you look at the Michelin man, cause this body's becoming tiresome. He think he's Batman, the Dark Knight. So I catch him on a dark night. I'm an animal with these palms like tiger uppercut, bear slap with an arm strike. Combat shit. Combat shit. I thought with these new guys, but don't think I will retire some. They all need rules to push forward and they can't get by with some. I run a hell like the Michelin man, cause his body's becoming tiresome. You think he Batman, the Dark Knight. So I catch him on a dark night. I'm an animal with these palms like tiger uppercut, bear slap with an arm strike. I have a donkey punch looking like a shark bite. Beat me? Oh, that's fire. Beat me? Mockery. Like Tony beating Raptor or robbery. You get 2 bucks. Yeah. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Say it again. Say it again. Yo, beat me? Mockery. Like Tony beating Raptor robbery. You get $2.50, a comma and an apostrophe. You never seen one or held one. So that gun talks delirious. Case closed, because all you do is point blanks. Period. It's time.
I mean, I say 2-1 Scoop.
Yeah. I mean, I give Scoop the last. That there's something that what annoys me really is how he's so all over the place. Like sometimes there's periods where I just sort of feel like I'm waiting for him to like hit a punchline, because I know they're really good and I know that they're coming. So like I'm obviously just on the hook waiting, which I guess is a skill in itself. But I just think Scoop incorporated more into the legwork of the bars, and it was all more of a best standard throughout, I think. And I don't think the third round did anything really to change that. I don't think.
I think it was quite good that you said about Wilzy getting like, you know, softer as it goes on, because literally just seen it. You know, it seemed like he lost a bit of steam towards the end. Even whilst you was rapping at times, it seemed like he was just like, "Come on, mate, I want to go and get my train." At times, you know, it was a bit.
The train was definitely. He mentioned the train thing every round, I think.
Yeah, I think he had a train bar in every round.
Yeah, so he might have actually all of them at once. He might have actually been thinking about the train. That might have actually been true. He might have actually been thinking about.
I knew the train angle was coming. I just knew it anyway.
Yeah. What was kind of the reception after this, Scoop? Was it like people in your inbox trying to book you straight away?
But you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. After that whole Charger thing, I think because we was the second. Because there was 3 main events. It was me, Wilzy, Gemini, and Tox, and then Shock and Tony.
Yeah.
And then, you know, after our battle, it was literally 5-minute break and then straight into Gemini and Shots. And the same thing for the fuck. But then literally, I think Shots came up to me and was like, "You know, your inbox is about to go crazy, right?" I thought,
yeah.
For what? Like, I didn't do anything. He was like, "You said, bro." He goes, "Bro, you got the biggest reaction of the flipping day." I said,
big.
Yeah. And literally all that happened was, a lot of people hit me up. It was a really pivotal time for me. A lot of people really hit me up because for me, that battle meant a lot because it was not only was it my first time on Don't Flop, but there was a lot of pressure on me because my first battle ever on Don't Flop at an event like that, and being told on the damn day that you're one of the main events, I said, "This is the setup."
Yeah.
If I fail, this is gonna look real bad. Like.
Yeah, that's tough. That's high risk, high reward, man.
Yeah. Do you think if you knew that it was going to be a main event battle, would you have done things differently?
Nah. Okay, I won't lie to you, that battle was booked like 9 weeks in advance. I had 2 months to write. So I literally had all the time in the world to like fine tune, pick what I didn't like, throw things away, work on performance. Like if I'd gone in there and even choked or not even, I would have had just myself to blame.
Definitely, yeah. What did you think on that last round then? What's your thoughts? I guess obviously you think Scoop won, but
I think that battle as a whole was just a gentleman's 30. I think it's, as you were saying, it's kind of like a reversal of momentum. He was kind of trailing off towards the end. Well, I think Scoop did keep that same momentum, and you know it was a bit inconsistent with the punches. While it was like every 2-4 bars, Wilzy was kind of like, "Oh, I'll do a punch in 4 bars, I'll do a punch in 8, and things like that." And I think I think Scoop got the third. I think it was gentleman's 30.
Definitely, yeah, I definitely agree. Not taking anything away from Wilzy, of course, he's you know a legend in his own right. I feel like as well,
some of his bars, like the patio, that whole thing was so good. And as well, like he had you could definitely tell that he'd been in the game a long time and he knew what he was doing.
It was a shame that he left, to be fair. It was a real shame that he left. I'm glad that he's came back, but I think the whole Soljitsu's friend thing didn't help him leave. Like, you know, I think that made him do it, to be fair, because everybody jumped on that. Do you know what I mean?
Both those guys are my good friends, like in real life, and it's like, even I always tell people I shout out Wilzy for it all the time because a lot of people, I tell people I have no qualms in telling them Wilzy gave me that shot. It was literally Wilzy was like, "I like your style. I will talk to her. We will do it on this card." Just make sure you show. No, literally, it was like just make sure you show out. And then the battle was booked.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for him because he didn't have to take it. He didn't have to take it. Like he didn't have to take it whatsoever. Like it wasn't something that he needed to do because I wasn't anybody at that point. So it was literally, you know what? I had to be so hungry.
Yeah.
So hungry. It was like, all right, are you going to take this opportunity? And it was one of those things that just said to me, you know what? Let's really just see what you're made of. Because the difference you can see between me and Wilzy was he was very composed. Like he was in there like, I've done this before. Like
almost too composed at times, I felt.
Yeah.
Very
composed because I was just like, you know what? Because the thing is, he'd done it before. Compared to me, he's a vet. He'd had a lot more battles than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if anyone knows the Fiddler's Elbow, it's a beautiful place to battle, man. Like
it looks sick.
Like, it's a beautiful place to battle. Like
we'll get there, Tom. Don't worry. We'll get you.
I cannot wait to start going to events. It's gonna be sick.
I mean, Home Invasion is around the corner. We're going to be in the building for that, which we're excited for. Get to see, you know, a load of different people that I'm excited for. Tom to watch. Joy France being one of them.
You know, it's some people as well that we've spoken to. See some actual faces of people that we've already met.
Exactly. But like, see everybody physically instead of virtually. Before we wrap up though, Scoop, I just want to ask if there was a battle that you could recommend for Tom to watch. You know, what battle would it be if you could recommend any battle? Kind of UK only.
Do you know what? Do you know what battle I was actually watching it this morning and there's two in my head, but I definitely wanted to see. I want it to be reviewed again. Shocks and Fencer.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely is one of the most slept on battles ever.
Shocks and Fencer.
Shocks and Fencer.
That's on my list.
Oh, I know.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
That
Awesome.
battle was crazy. And from the same next to line card, I'd say Shocks and Tony.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely Shocks and Tony. Classic.
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, I want to kind of, you know, I don't really want these streams to be going longer than like an hour already, but we've been going for an hour and 20, which is awesome. But we are going to close up here. I just want to say thank you, Crumpet, for coming on. It's been a pleasure, man. I hope you've enjoyed it, and obviously, you know, thanks for giving Tom a bit more of an insight in that, and yourself, Scoop, as well. Thank you very much for joining us. If any of you guys need anything, any promos, anything like that, send us a little video. We'll get them on our live streams.
I'm more on Instagram than I am on Twitter. I rarely ever look on Twitter until I saw my name tagged, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I said, "Okay." Like I never go on Twitter at all. I don't even.
All right, we'll have to get on Instagram. There's a few battlers that I've been trying to get in hold of, and they said get me on Instagram, but I just don't have it. So I'll
have to have like a account.
Yeah, we'll get one. We definitely will. But yeah, I hope you two, you know, come back on at some point. We will get those battles watched that you guys have suggested as well. So
definitely.
Yeah, I guess
thank you so much, guys, for your insight. It's been really cool. Really cool getting the inside scoop. On the bars. I couldn't, man. I've been thinking about it for so long. I had to get it out of my brain.
And on that, we shall go. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Cheers.